What if one of the deadliest wars in human history wasn't caused by a single event? When people think of World War II, they often point to one moment, Germany invading Poland in 1939. But that's just the spark, not the fire. So what really caused World War II? To answer that, we have to go back, not just years, but decades, and uncover a chain of decisions, fears, and ambitions that reshaped the world. In 1919, World War I ended with the signing of the Treaty of Versailles. On paper, it was meant to ensure peace. In reality, it did something else. Germany was forced to accept full blame for the war, pay massive reparations, give up territory and military power. This left the country economically devastated and politically unstable. Many Germans felt humiliated. And in times of crisis, people often look for strong leadership, someone who promises to restore pride and stability. That's where Adolf Hitler enters the story. Hitler and his party, the Nazis, didn't just promise recovery, they promised greatness. They blamed Germany's problems on the Treaty of Versailles, economic hardship, and specific groups, especially Jews. By the 1930s, amid the global economic crisis known as the Great Depression, Hitler gained widespread support. In 1933, he became Germany's leader, and quickly transformed the country into a dictatorship. But Hitler didn't just want to fix Germany. He wanted to expand it. Hitler believed in creating living space for Germans. That meant taking over neighboring lands. He began by rebuilding Germany's military, sending troops into restricted zones, annexing Austria in 1938. Then came Czechoslovakia. European leaders faced a dilemma: stop Hitler early, or avoid another devastating war. They chose compromise, a strategy known as appeasement. The most famous example? The Munich Agreement, where Britain and France allowed Hitler to take part of Czechoslovakia in exchange for a promise of peace. But the promise didn't last. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. This time, Britain and France didn't back down. They declared war. World War II had officially begun. But this wasn't just a European conflict. Across the world, other powers were also expanding. In Asia, Emperor Hirohito's Japan was building an empire, invading parts of China and Southeast Asia. Eventually, this global tension would pull in countries from every continent. World War II became the largest conflict in human history. It involved over 30 countries, tens of millions of soldiers, and civilians on an unprecedented scale. New technologies, like tanks, aircraft, and radar, changed how wars were fought. But the war also saw unimaginable human suffering, including the Holocaust, where 6 million Jews were systematically murdered. The war finally ended in 1945 after Germany's defeat in Europe and the use of atomic bombs on Japan. So, what really caused World War II? Not just one invasion. Not just one leader. It was a combination of punishing peace agreements, economic collapse, nationalism and propaganda, failed diplomacy. World War II reminds us that global conflicts don't appear overnight, they build slowly, through choices and consequences. And that raises an important question. Could it have been prevented? If you were a leader in the 1930s, watching these events unfold, would you have chosen confrontation or compromise? And how might that decision have changed history?